That groovy tune we got there.
I love it.
All right, Edson, I need you to really do bad this week with these picks.
We'll be flip-flopping this week.
Last week I came in at 5-8 with my picks. I don't know what happened. Most of my 1 o'clock games were losses. You came in with 10-4.
I was lucky. Like beginner's luck in the middle of the season.
That might be true because the week I picked without you, I was 10-4 as well.
That's right. So, I remember that.
So maybe we can flip and be tied going into week 10. So
yeah,
that would be kind of fun. All right, let's crank this puppy up. We'll go 1 o'clock, then 4 o'clock like last time. And
okay.
All right. So the first one I got here, if I can find it in my God, I have so many graphics loaded into this thing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going blind. Washington football team at the New York Jets.
What did I say? Oh, so it's in New York, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go. I got that backwards. It's flip flopped. I made the graphic backwards. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I thought it was for a second there when I saw. I could have sworn it was in Washington, right?
Yeah, it is in Washington.
Okay, that's no big deal. This year, it's no big deal because there's not really a home crowd.
Right, that's true. Crowd. That's true. And if there was, they'd be booing.
As we talked about it in our half the season analysis, the Giants have been competitive in almost every single game. It's just they can't just get over the hump and win. But so that's why I'm going with them. I think they can. I'm a little bit worried that the Washington defensive line can get to Jones and kind of make him mistakes. So I'm worried about that. But I think New York is, their defense is doing well and their offense is doing just enough to get by. So I'm going to go with the Giants.
Okay, we're starting off opposite.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking the home team. I'm taking Washington. I just think as a unit, as a complete team, they're on an upward trajectory. I think being home, they'll be comfortable. I think Rivera gets the edge over Joe Judge. Slight edge. I think Joe Judge is a good coach.
Yeah, I think.
But he's new. So I'm taking the football team at home.
Okay.
All right, next up we got Chicago, the Chicago Bears at the Tennessee Tuxedos. 5-3 Bears, 5-2 Tuxedos.
There's a quirky thing about this game, which is that we talked about how the Titans defense can't get off the field on third down. They're like last, I believe, in allowing third down conversions. Well, the Bears offense is last close to the bottom in the league in converting third down. So something's got to give in this.
So you'd like to say it's the immovable object against the unstoppable force, but
no.
But that is a movable object in a completely
stoppable,
immobile force. Yeah.
I couldn't even explain it the right way. I really don't see, the Titans. I don't see the Titans. This will be like their third in a row now if they lost this. I can't see them losing to the Bears. The way the Bears offense looks, I know their defense can put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but Tannehill, to me, it's like, and I didn't notice this in Miami when he was playing with the Dolphins, but with the Titans, he is really good at just staying in there and taking the hits and getting good strikes down the field. And it's like I'm actually kind of surprised he doesn't get hurt more often because he takes a lot of shots, but he stays in there and he completes those passes really well.
Yeah, he got hurt a lot in Miami.
Yeah. Well, the offensive line wasn't that good.
No, you're right. He steps up in the pocket. He almost thrives under pressure.
Yes.
It seems like he gets better as the noose tightens around his neck a little bit. And for me too, I don't care how good the Bears defense is when they're on the field all the time.
Yeah.
And they start getting rubber legs in the fourth quarter and they got to tackle Derrick Henry. And, Derrick Henry is more of a second half player. He gets going in the second half. I'm going Titans at home as well.
Okay.
All right. Next up. Well, this one's interesting.
Oh boy.
Detroit Loins at the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's see. I guess it is interesting. The Lions just find ways to lose, I think, and the Vikings showed me something last week. I know you can't really go. You pretty much have to go week to week. You can't just go say, a team did great last week, they're going to do great the following week. That's not the way the NFL works. But with Dalvin Cook in there, they're a totally different team, and I think that'll be the difference. So I'll go with the Vikings.
Well. We have the same one again.
Oh, okay.
I'm also taking every pen I pick up is not writing. I'm also taking the Vikings. Now I'm gonna have to watch this back so I can write these down.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm gonna take the Vikings at home too. I think I agree with Cook back. It gives them a running option. They can do play action. Once he gets going, they can do play action all day long. And they've got good receivers.
Stephen Diggs is doing well too.
He's in Buffalo now.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's in Buffalo.
I know who you're thinking of.
Who was I thinking of?
For me, I think the Vikings could be that team that catches fire in the second half of the season and makes a wild card run. There's always one every year. It's usually the Eagles, but I think this year it might.
Yeah, they could.
All right, next up, Carolina at Kansas City. McCaffrey's back.
Yep. And I think with that running game and the Chiefs' defense weakness is stopping the run, it could kind of make this game a little bit closer. But Carolina is definitely going in the right direction, as we've talked about before, but I don't think they're going to have enough firepower to beat Kansas City. It could be McCaffrey may be able to make it so that it's not a complete rout, because the longer they stay on the field, the less opportunities Mahomes gets. But I'd have to go to Kansas City.
I'm with you. I'm Kansas City all the way. They just have too many weapons. They're home. They will have a good chunk of fans in the stadium. So Kansas City at home all day long on that one. Next up, the Loser Bowl. Loser Bowl. It's the losers.
I was trying to remember. Oh, so the Jaguars are going with a rookie here, like from the 6th round.
Yeah, because
Jake Luton or something.
Yeah, the porno guy's hurt.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if he was hurt. I wasn't sure if he was hurt or he was, they were just kind of benching him because
he broke his thumb or something.
Yeah. Okay. So rookie starting. I believe that I think the Texans defense is good enough to make them make a lot of mistakes and kind of be jittery, and so I believe that. Plus, you have the Deshaun Watson there. I believe that's enough for the Texans to win.
I'm also going with Houston on the road. For me, Houston, their whole season got ruined when their schedule started them.
Yeah,
in Kansas City, at Baltimore, or no, it was in Kansas City, home against Baltimore, and then in Pittsburgh. So the first 3 weeks they played the 3 best teams in the AFC. And then you have Watson without his weapon there. So because that boneheaded move by Bill O'Brien,
who's gone now.
So and with Minshew out, I don't give Jacksonville a prayer. Minshew could have actually probably pulled this one out.
Maybe.
But without him, Houston all the way.
Yeah, they didn't give the schedule makers didn't help Houston at all. And
no, I don't know how that happened.
I don't have anything personal against Houston, but in a way that was I like that, because the worst record that Houston has, the better draft pick the Dolphins will have next year for the first round.
They have Houston's pick.
Yeah, when they traded him, the left tackle,
Kenny
I believe.
Stills what was the name there?
It was like a pro. It was like the.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Laramie Tundle. Laramie.
Yeah. So I like when they lose this year.
Well, we go from the Loser Bowl to one of the best games of the week, if not the best game of the week. 5-2 Baltimore at 5-2 Indy. This is interesting.
This is a tough one.
That Colts defense can get at it.
Yes.
We know what happens to Lamar when he's under pressure.
Yep. Makes a lot of mistakes, as he did last week what was it, four turnovers, two
Almost
interceptions.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was tough for me. I mean, the only thing I'm going to go by is that I think Baltimore is just too good to lose another one, lose a third one in a row. I think they'll right the ship, at least for this week, even though the Colts showed me something. I mean, their offense kind of broke out last week, but it was against the Lions, so I'll go with Baltimore.
Well, I'm never going to catch you if we keep picking the same teams. I'm also going with Baltimore. I think they're just a better team all the way around. And with that ground game, they have so many weapons on the ground. I mean, they're just going to, if Phillip Rivers cannot stake the Colts to an early lead, they're going to be in some trouble because if they're not holding onto the ball, the Ravens will be. So, yeah, Baltimore on the road in that one. Let's see.
Just as the Colts defense is strong against the run, so that may give them.
That's true too, but so is Pittsburgh. And look what happened.
Yes, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. We got 2 more 1:00-ers. I got this one, if I can find it. Seattle at the Buffaloes. Another good game.
This is a good game. It's in Buffalo. I mean, the Bills' offense started out really good this year, and then kind of leveled off and haven't been. They've kind of just been doing barely enough to, stay in the game. Last week, I know they pulled off a squeaker against New England, who's not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and on the other hand, the Seahawks their offense is flying high, as we talked about in the analysis with them on their grading, I guess. And so I'm going to go, and their defense has been showing up the last few weeks. So I'm going to go with Seattle, and this will be. Was this my pick of the week? Yeah, that was going to be this one. Seahawks.
I'm never going to catch you. I'm also going Seahawks on the road until the Bills, and I think they will at some point in the season get back to the way they were playing early on, offensively anyway. But until they do, I don't have much faith in them at all.
Yeah.
Zach Moss coming back might help. In that defense, that Bills defense, I don't know where they went. What happened to them? They're an enigma. They've been a no-show so far through 8 games. They're an absolute no-show. And until they show up and play like they did last year, this team is they're not going to go very far against quality opponents. They're just not. And this will be, I think this will be evidence this week. I think Seattle actually brings the wood.
Oh, you think okay? Maybe I should change the.
I think Seattle's going to hammer them. I think the Bills.
I mean, maybe it's too obvious of a pick for it to be a
no. I mean, come on, you got 2 6-win teams. I don't think.
Yeah, but it's a 6-win. It's kind of like a poor 6-win team. I mean, I don't know. Buffalo's kind of been playing, bad teams. Mostly.
They're masquerading as a 6-2 team, is what you're telling me.
Yes, I am, and they're lucky they're in that division because they kind of can wrap it up in it with maybe 2 or 3 more wins.
Right. But, well, I don't know. Don't count Miami out. Denver at the Falcons. Hey, what do you say?
Hey, the Broncos showed me something last week. That's for sure. It's like their defense kind of got off the mat and scored over 30 points. Falcon,
big comeback win. Big
comeback win. But I'm going to go with the Falcons because I think their offense is still lethal, and they're more comfortable playing it. I know that the crowds don't come into it, but they still do play better at home. So I'll go with Atlanta on this one.
I was convinced you were going to take the Broncos because I took the Falcons, and now we have to pick again. Under Raheem Morris, the Falcons are 2-3, and they're respectable 2-3. So I'm riding the Falcons at home. I think they've turned their season around. They're going to end up close to 500 in the end. I think much better coaching this time around.
Yeah.
We move to the 4:00 slate here. We'll start that one in Los Angeles with the Raiders against the Lightning Bolts.
I think this was probably the toughest game
This is a tough one.
It's a division game, so those by definition usually close, and their their records are pretty close as well. Trying to think, what did I go with? So this will be, and I know you said something similar about Pittsburgh's schedule. This will be the Raiders' third straight road game. And I think with the Chargers playing well, I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one.
Divisional games, always tough. Always tough. Yeah, this game will be close no matter what. But I'm also worried. I think the Raiders are one of those seesaw teams I like to talk about. They're up 1 week, they're down the next. They're up 1 week, they're down the next. They're on the road 3 weeks in a row. And the Chargers have lost those 5 games by such a small margin. Their defense is what kills them.
Yeah.
It could kill them tomorrow. But I happen to think that they're going to outscore the Raiders in the long run. I also have the Chargers winning.
No, well,
it's repetition city here.
I even thought of this as I was looking at the games prior to this, and I thought of this. This is one of those weeks where a lot of the games seem kind of obvious as a pick, but usually what the NFL does is they kill you on those weeks where they're not. They just go against the grain. So if we're like wrong on more than half of these, I wouldn't be surprised.
But at least we'll be wrong together, and I'll maintain that. I can at least keep that striking distance if you get too far ahead.
That's true. Good point.
Pittsburgh at Dallas, which, in the offseason looked like it was going to be a
I know
marquee matchup. Now, not so much. I will say this could be a trap, though. This is Pittsburgh's third road game in a row.
Yep.
They've had 3 games where they were at emotional highs. They had to play Cleveland. When Cleveland came in 4-1, looked like they were going to challenge Pittsburgh for the division title, and the Steelers schooled them. But they were, you had to get your up here. Then they had Tennessee, 2 undefeated teams against each other, back up here. Then they had to go to Baltimore and play the deadly Ravens back up here. That's a lot to do. And now you look at, we're playing a practice squad quarterback with Dallas. That's where you get in trouble. This could be every year there's a Tomlin special. Every year there's a game where they go on the road to play some shitty team and they get beat. And this could be the one.
It could be. I mean, I agree with you that they could come in flat and play not themselves, kind of just, keep it close for a while. But I really can't go if it was another team other than the Cowboys that it wasn't such a mess. I mean, their defense did show up last week, so if that defense comes back, it could cause some issues with Pittsburgh and keep it close. But I think though, if the game goes that way, the Steelers will make enough adjustments to kind of pull it out in the end, even if it's close. I mean, it could be a scare, but so I have to go with them.
I think my prediction is that it's going to be a very flat first half, maybe even like 10-10. And then Roethlisberger will just blow them out in the second half. It's funny, and the Steelers will go to 8-0 for the first time ever in their history.
Really?
The last time they were 7-0 was 1978 when they beat these very same Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl year. So it's kind of poetic that if they beat Dallas, they'll do something they've never done and become 8-0. And the last time they were 7-0, 1978, they beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. So the Dallas Cowboys are part of this whole equation. But Pittsburgh wins tomorrow. Sorry, Dallas.
I mean, we forgot. You said Roethlisberger will come back in a second. But in the Pittsburgh defense against the Cowboys' 4th quarterback of the season, I mean, come on.
Then there's that.
Yeah. Oh boy,
your Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
They're certainly doing a lot better this year, a lot better than what I expected this year. And this will be Tua's second start. It'll be his first game away. But I mean, the Cardinals are they're just doing so well on offense specifically. Their defense is doing okay, but their offense is just hitting such highs. I mean,
they are.
Kyler Murray is just playing unbelievable right now.
You got Hopkins and Fitzgerald and Chase Edmonds,
I can't see them losing to the Dolphins. especially when I don't really know what that offense is going to be. I mean, last week they didn't really do that much. So until they can show me that their offense can go back to high scoring like it was with Fitzpatrick earlier in the season, I can't see them scoring more points than the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm with you. Arizona at home. I just think that they're probably a year ahead of schedule. So is Miami, though. I think Miami is also. I mean, these are two teams on the rise, but Arizona is 1 year ahead of Miami in that.
Yes. Yep.
In that progress. So Arizona at home. If it was in Miami, I might have gone the other way, but on the road, yeah, tough for Miami. All right, we get the marquee matchup of the week. If I can find the darn graphic.
Right. Yes.
Here it is. New Orleans at Tampa Bay or Tampa Brady.
We just talked a couple days ago how the Bucks are the Buccaneers are their defense and their offense right now is just playing at the highest level. I believe we gave them an A for both offense and defense. Yeah. They're playing home. I know they're not going to want to be this. This is their second game against the Saints, and they lost the first one. They're not going to want to get swept because that will have playoff implications. The New Orleans is struggling on offense. We talked about how Breeze can't throw the ball more than 10 yards, or it seemingly can't. They do have Kamara, but I don't think it's going to be enough, so I'm going to go with the Bucks.
I'm with you. I think, and the Saints are notoriously bad outside on grass. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Forever in their history. Not that it's going to be cold or anything, but they just don't seem like they're the same team outside on a natural surface. So yeah, I'm with you. I think the Saints. We talked about it on a report card that week one it looked like Tampa Bay was looking at what they had to become if they wanted to contend. Yep. And here we are 8 weeks later, and it feels like the other way around. It feels like the Saints are looking at Tampa and saying, that's what we need to be to contend. I think Brady's got his groove working. He's going to have Antonio Brown now to throw to on top of all this. I think Brown's going to end up putting up some numbers, so I go Tampa Bay at home. Which brings us to Monday night, and boy, I bet ESPN is so happy they picked this. This week they delay all those people off because this is going to hurt their ratings. Patriots at the Jets. When would you ever think you'd see a Patriots-Jets matchup where they're 2-13 combined?
Yeah, it's been quite a fall.
I mean, usually, like right now, Belichick would come in with a 7-0 or a 6-1 team.
Yep. And just mow the Jets down,
right?
No matter where it was,
right.
Ironically, as I was thinking about this may be the Jets' best chance of a win this year, which shows you what their schedule is going to be like. Not that I'm saying they're going to win, but this will probably be their best chance to win because the Patriots come in playing,
pretty lousy football.
Yeah, in many years. I mean, wasn't it 4? They've lost 4 in a row, right? Is that
4 straight?
Yeah, 4 straight. I don't remember back when was the last time they did. I don't know, maybe the 80s or something. Before Belichick, I guess. So I mean, as bad as they're playing, I think they'll have enough to beat the Jets because the Jets kind of don't do enough to win against any team, basically. Although they are at home, but it might be a close game. But I think the Patriots will pull it off.
Yeah, New England's not playing well at all. The Jets, it's funny because no matter how bad the Jets are, when New England was really, terrifyingly unbeatable, the Jets would still give them a hard time for the most part. A lot of the games were close, even with like Geno Smith and. There was only a couple times where they got blown out, like the butt fumble game and things like that. But for the most part, this is a knockdown, drag out fight. That said, I think the Fighting Belichicks hammer this team tomorrow. I really do. I think the Jets can be had. I think Bill Belichick's the coaching staff is infinitely superior to Adam Gase and his moronics, band of morons. So, New England at home for me. I think we only had one.
I just saw
on the road.
I was going to say, I think I just saw that Darnold wasn't even playing this game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's Flacco.
Oh,
another injury, I believe. So that
it's amazing how Sam Darnold is starting to pattern his career. Like, you had Chad Pennington have this problem, then Mark Sanchez had this problem, and now Sam Darnold's having this problem. Coaching, and then the injuries start piling up. And are they injuries, or are they phantom injuries? Or has the coaching staff lost faith in him? You just don't know. They are such a shit show in New York. And there's a lot of rumors that Sam might find himself in Pittsburgh in the next year or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ben Roethlisberger's successor? I'll take it. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think they're ruining him in New York.
I mean, he certainly showed signs of it earlier on. Past couple of years. It's just you can't judge him in any way being under this coaching staff.
That first year he looked really good.
Yep.
And with each subsequent year, you see him looking more confused, more timid, unsure of himself, aiming the football more than just letting it ride. Mark Sanchez went to a championship game both years, his first 2 years in the league. And then the most lasting memory we have is running into his own tackle and dropping the ball. And, he turned into one of the Marx brothers at the end of his career. How does that happen? I don't know.
How do the Jets consistently have that formula with the coach? They just can't pick a right.
Because they're cheap.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they're cheap. So I think we only had one different pick here. Wow. This whole thing.
Like I said, it looked like
I took Washington. You took the Giants right off the bat, and then we have Titans, Vikings, Chiefs, Houston, Baltimore, Seattle, Atlanta, Chargers, Pittsburgh, Arizona, Tampa, and Patriots.
Yeah.
So I can potentially gain one game on you, and I'll take it.
And last week we had quite a few that were different.
Yeah, we did. We did. I think you're right. This was like obvious week.
I mean, it seems that way, but like I said, it always kills you where it's like, what? How could that be?
Well, go football team. Get me that one win.
There you go. Yeah. We did miss we did miss the Thursday pick, which was kind of another obvious one for these reasons that the 49ers showed up with maybe like half a team or something.
We both would have taken Green Bay, so
we would have both picked Green Bay. I mean,
right,
because of no starting quarterback. The Kittles was gone. I mean, come on.
I think it's too hard to pick the Thursday games with the way.
Yeah.
Trying to do these with real life.
No, I just wanted to kind of mention that.
I think we should bag the Thursday pick if we can.
Yep.
If we were able to do it, we do it. But if not, who cares? So that's it for this show. You can follow us on the social media at the GeekTime Net. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or go to geektimenetwork.com, and you can link to just about anything there. We have a new podcast coming out this Wednesday that I still have to edit.
That's right.
So thanks for watching. Smash the like button. Smash the dislike button. Leave some comments. Nobody leaves comments. Talk to us. Tell us that we're morons or something.
Yeah, even if I'd love to see the negative comments and tell us what we should do better
or worse.
Suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions.
Yep.
They're always welcome. So that's it for me. What about you? That it for you?
Yep. Looking forward to that the slate of NFL games this week.
I am too. I love Sundays. All right. We'll catch you guys next time. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure you click the little bell icon to be notified anytime someone from our show drops new content here. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?